How has India's situation evolved over the past 4 years? Has there been a substantial transformation? This is the question we're about to explore today. We'll be using a variety of resources to answer this, but our primary lens will be the Chinese state-run Global Times. The Global Times has recently analyzed India's domestic and foreign situation, providing a unique perspective on the changes the country has undergone. This isn't just about politics or economics, it's a deep dive into the very fabric of Indian society. We'll be looking at the country's economic development, its approach to social governance, and how it interacts with the wider world. Every coin has two sides, and today we're going to flip it over and see India from a different viewpoint, China's perspective. So, get ready, because this journey promises to be an enlightening one. Join us as we delve into the changes in India's domestic and foreign situation as seen from China's perspective. Rewinding the clock back to 4 years ago, India was in a different place both domestically and internationally. The year was 2020 and India was grappling with a multitude of challenges, both on the economic front and in social governance. The economic condition was one of the most pressing issues. Struggling under the weight of an economic slowdown, the country was striving to revive its growth trajectory. The GDP was on a downslide, and the unemployment rate was climbing. Additionally, the country was also dealing with the impacts of the global pandemic, which further strained the already stretched economy. Social governance, too, was in the spotlight. The nation was wrestling with a myriad of social challenges, from poverty and inequality to inadequate healthcare and education systems. The pandemic highlighted these issues, particularly the healthcare sector, which was overwhelmed with the onslaught of COVID-19 cases. A research report suggested that India's actual death toll from COVID-19 could have been 10 times higher than the official count, underscoring the severity of the situation. On the international front, India's foreign relations were also evolving. The country was navigating through complex geopolitics, balancing its relations with major powers, while also fostering ties with its neighbors and other developing nations. Yet, amidst these challenges, India was also showing signs of resilience. The country was embarking on a journey of reforms aimed at stimulating economic growth, improving social governance, and strengthening foreign relations. It was a period of transition, a time of change and adaptation. As we've seen 4 years ago, India was grappling with several challenges. Now let's fast forward to today. Fast forward to the present day. India's economic landscape has seen tremendous changes. The bustling nation has been painting a vibrant picture of progress, with its gross domestic product growth on an upward trajectory, despite global economic challenges. India has been crafting an impressive narrative of resilience and robustness. Foreign direct investment has been pouring into the country, signaling international confidence in India's economic potential. This influx of foreign capital has been instrumental in fueling India's growth story. The technology sector, particularly, has been a magnet for investment, with global tech giants establishing a significant presence in the country. But it's not just the tech sector that's thriving. The manufacturing industry has been humming with activity, with the Made in India initiative gaining momentum. This drive towards self-reliance has not only boosted domestic production, but also created numerous job opportunities, contributing to the overall economic well-being of the nation. The services sector, too, has been showing promising growth. From hospitality to healthcare, the expansion and improvement of services have been key to India's economic development. The rise in digital services especially has been a game-changer, transforming everything from banking to education. In noting these economic shifts, the Global Times has acknowledged India's remarkable journey. It has highlighted the country's outstanding economic development, recognizing the strides India has made in the global economic arena. India's economic transformation has been indeed remarkable, but what about social governance? Beyond economic growth, social governance is a crucial aspect of a nation's development. Has India made strides in this area too? Indeed, it has. Over the past 4 years, India has embarked on a journey to overhaul its social governance, taking decisive steps to improve the lives of its citizens. The Global Times has acknowledged these efforts, noting the remarkable strides India has made in this area. A key focus has been on social reforms. The Indian government has enacted a number of policies aimed at uplifting marginalized communities, providing them with greater access to opportunities. This includes measures to boost financial inclusion, such as the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which has opened bank accounts for millions of previously unbanked Indians. In terms of healthcare, India has made significant progress, despite facing challenges brought about by the pandemic. The country launched the Ayushman Bharat scheme, one of the world's largest government-funded healthcare programs, providing free access to healthcare for over 500 million citizens. This scheme has been instrumental in improving India's healthcare infrastructure and in saving lives during the pandemic. Education, too, has been a priority. The government has introduced the National Education Policy, revitalizing the education system with a focus on holistic development. This policy aims to transform India's education landscape by emphasizing critical thinking and creativity, rather than rote learning. The Global Times has also drawn attention to India's efforts to digitize its governance. The Digital India Initiative has been a game-changer, facilitating transparency, increasing efficiency, and making government services more accessible to the masses. India's progress in social governance is as notable as its economic development, but how has this impacted its standing on the global stage? India's domestic transformation has undeniably influenced its foreign relations, but how exactly? Let's delve into this. As India's economic and social landscapes have evolved, so too have its international engagements. The country has been strengthening its ties with major global players, fostering a dynamic foreign policy. China's state-run Global Times confirms this progression, noting a significant shift in India's global presence compared to 4 years ago. India has not just been a spectator on the international stage, it has actively participated in global platforms, voicing its stand on critical issues and influencing international policies. The Global Times also highlights India's strategic partnerships. These alliances have been instrumental in advancing India's interests abroad, while also contributing to global development. Whether it's economic collaborations, security alliances, or cultural exchanges, India has made its mark. India's transformation over the past 4 years has indeed been outstanding, both domestically and internationally. To wrap up, let's revisit the main points we've discussed today. We've looked back at India's situation 4 years ago and traced its path to the present day. We've examined its significant strides in economic development, marked by robust policies and impressive growth rates. We've also delved into its social governance, highlighting the advancements in systems and policies. Additionally, we've touched upon the changes in India's foreign relations, reflecting its evolving global role. India's journey over the past 4 years has been one of tremendous growth and change, as observed by China's Global Times. It'll be fascinating to see what the future holds for this dynamic nation.